Oh, hey guys, welcome back after a very long time now to the fourth installment of the series in which I call How Many Episodes Are There Of? In the last 3 episodes we've done this for no, wait a minute. I think there might have only been 2, therefore this might actually be just the third one. Let's go and have a look. Yes, this is just the third episode, not the fourth. So strike what I said about it being the fourth. The third installment of How Many Episodes Are There Of? And in the 2 previous installments we covered Dragon Ball and Naruto. So we're getting away from animes for this episode and heading over to a miniature universe created by Joss Whedon, the Buffyverse, which consists of 2 shows, Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel. So let's get on with the first show in this 2-show marathon, shall we? And that would be Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which ran from 1997 until 2003 for 7 seasons, totaling 144 episodes. Now this series details the chronicles the adventures of Buffy Summers, played by Sarah Michelle Gellar, as she learns she's a chosen one to hunt vampires. So she's a vampire slayer, and she does all the slaying of the vampires alongside a group of friends known as the Scooby Gang. And over the series they consist of Giles, Buffy's watcher, Wesley Wyndham Price, Buffy's other watcher. Okay. Willow Rosenberg, who develops into a powerful witch towards the end of the series. Angel, he's a vampire, but there's one main difference about this guy. He has a soul, and we learn over the course of the show that he was cursed with a soul as a punishment for killing, well, let's just say the daughter of a Romani woman, so as not to offend anybody. So he's played by David Boreanaz. Willow is played by Alison Hannigan. Giles is played by Anthony Stewart Head, by the way. Yeah. So, okay, Xander Harris played by one Nicholas Brendan, is the other of Buffy's best friends, and just helps her along her slaying duties. Wesley Wyndham Price is he's played by Alexis Denisov, and later he crosses over into Angel. He's introduced in season 3 as Buffy's new Watcher after the Watchers Council unwisely fires Giles. Faith Lam, played by Eliza Dushku. Now, she's introduced as another Slayer after Buffy's replacement, Kendra, dies. Now, Kendra is not a part of the Scooby Gang, by the way. She's just a new Slayer brought in or activated after Buffy's temporary death at the end of season 1. Spoilers. Okay. So then, moving on to other members of the... Faith is 5x5, by the way. Other members of the Scooby Gang, no? Okay, that would include Daniel Osborne, also known as Oz, played by Seth Green. He's a werewolf who joins the Scoobies after joining the cast of the show in season 3. And then, of course, we have Spike. Okay, now he's actually a ruthless killer vampire introduced in season 2, but ends up joining the Scooby Gang later on in the series. He's played by the one and only James Masters. Now, another member of the Scooby Gang that I think I've forgotten to mention is Cordelia Chase, played by Charisma Carpenter. And she basically starts out as, well, the bully archetype. She makes friends with Buffy in the first episode. Until then, Buffy goes off and starts hanging out with Willow. Also, in season 5, we're introduced to Dawn Summers, played by Michelle Trachtenberg. Introduced as Buffy's younger sister in season 5. And she just basically is there, basically. She's a retcon, basically. She was retconned to have always existed from that point on, when she'd never existed beforehand. Now, so these are our main players throughout all of this series. And Angel, Cordelia, Wesley, and Spike, later Spike, would all move over to the spin-off series, which we're going to talk about now. Angel, the spin-off from Buffy the Vampire Slayer that ran between 1999 and 2004 for 5 seasons, 22 episodes each, totaling 110 episodes, meaning the entire episode count for this little universe of shows across 12 seasons is Well, I'll reveal that at the end. But I'm sure you've actually worked that out for yourselves now. Okay, it's 254. Okay, yeah, there you go. Okay. Aside from the characters we are reintroduced to in this show, which will be Angel, Wesley, Faith. We're reintroduced to Faith in this show. And Cordelia. And later Spike in season 4. New characters we are introduced to for the first time in this series include all of the lawyers at Wolfram and Hart, the evil law firm which Angel becomes the CEO of in season 5. Spoilers. We're also newly introduced in this to Charles Gunn, played by J. August Richards. He's a vampire hunter who ends up joining Angel investigations. Now, Wesley is reintroduced around the episode 10 mark as a disgraced ex-watcher. And then Faith is reintroduced in I think season 2, I can't remember. But other new introductions include Glenn Doyle, who turns out to be half demon, and Lorne, an actual demon, who actually joins Angel investigations. He's not a horrible demon, he's a nice one. And also we are introduced to Darla. We're introduced, she's an evil vampire in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Here she appears to be reintroduced to us as a what? A human? Really? Nah, come on, don't be stupid. Okay. Now, we're also introduced to Winifred Burkle in this series. Who also joins the team later on. Now, I said we'll be reintroduced to Spike, and we are. In season 5. When he goes and gets himself a soul at the end of Buffy season 6, and then crosses over into Angel in season 5. Also, Darla and Angel managed to have a human son despite themselves being vampires, named Connor, who is then taken away by Daniel Holtz, a vampire hunter. Seems to be a lot of those going around, I must say. But anyway, so I think let's stop telling you the story of it all now, because I'll be close to spoiling the ending. So how many episodes? I said 254, and that is correct. And that's across the 7 seasons of Buffy's 144 episodes and the 5 seasons of Angel's 110. So, there you go. That is it for this installment of how many episodes, or How many episodes are there of? If you have ideas of which franchise I should cover next, let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a magical time.